Oh, you hit record?
Action.
No, please, too early.
Hi, welcome to Slightly Kosher.
Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the 6th episode of Slightly Kosher. Today we are making Hamantaschen, which are really like buttery triangular cookies that are typically filled with jam. They are made in celebration of the Jewish holiday of Purim. We're gonna call my mom.
That looks perfect, okay?
Have her walk us through it. And I'm really excited. They're one of my favorite Jewish treats, so let's fucking do it. I told her I was calling. Hi.
Be very generous with the filling. Hamantaschen bleeding is a real thing. The corners come undone and it kind of like flows like out of a pipe, like it just, comes out. So you want to make sure those corners are really tightly pinched.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Ooh, she is on one today.
Wait, what?
Snap my fingers. And I'm gonna do it again when my hair is up, and it's gonna look like I snapped my fingers and my hair went up.
I thought you wanted me to go.
No, stop. What? No, why would I ever want that? What? What is one situation when I might want that?
I don't know.
People are gonna think we're into some weird shit. Okay. I am so I meant to look up synonyms for confidence. I have such strong belief in myself, conviction if you will, that we are going to get through this so quickly that I preheated the oven before we did anything else. So, without further ado, how to make a Hamantaschen. Things one needs to make Hamantaschen: vanilla extract, lots of flour, lots of butter, an egg, baking powder, an orange, a lemon, sugar, fillings of your choosing, and some milk. Done. Easy. What we're gonna do first is put 1 stick of butter. Look at me clearly giving instructions and denoting how much exactly you need. We call this progress. 1 stick of butter and 1 cup of sugar into the base of a mixer. In the meantime, while we unwrap this luxurious butter, whose brand will not be named, my understanding of Purim, as it stands, is that it's a vaguely winter into springtime holiday in which, a long time ago, in Persia, there was a king. His name was Ahasuerus. Oh, he wants to make an appearance.
No, I'm throwing out your butter out.
Thank you. There was a king named Ahasuerus. He was married to a woman named Vashti. She, for whatever reason, pissed him off or made him sad or some Henry VIII type. He was done with Vashti. She was shunned from the kingdom. He needed a wife, a replacement wife. Of course, when you don't have one, you need another. And summoned all young Persian women to the castle kingdom. Ended up falling in love with a young Jew named Esther, who was beautiful, but I guess not aesthetically Jewish. Typically aesthetically Jewish? I don't know. I wasn't there. But fell in love with her, was advised to marry her because of her uncle/husband, Mordecai. That's great. He marries her. She becomes this beautiful, secretly Jewish queen. Also, Ahasuerus had a counselor named Haman. Famous anti-Semite, not big on Haman. Really, if someone's most talked about trait is the shape of their hat, there's really not much going for them. But yes, Haman did historically wear a big triangular shaped hat. I think that's where this comes from. Didn't like Jews, had no idea Esther was Jewish, etc., etc. Lots of things happen that lead Haman to suggest to the king, I'm gonna crack an egg in the meantime, that he kill all the Jews, that the Jews be killed. I'm not sure. This comes to Esther's attention. Boom. Continue creaming. Wait, let me finish the story real quick. Esther, after learning about this via Mordecai, I think, made a plea to the king, who I guess she had to make appointments to speak to, that he should not kill all the Jews because she actually is Jewish. It became a whole thing because it was really, they were set to kill all the Jews. So after that whole to-do, Ahasuerus, I'm sure, felt very betrayed or whatever. But anyway, I think they ended up killing Haman in their place. Now, when modern day Jews go to temple to celebrate Purim, they eat Hamantaschen, which is just some sort of cannibalistic, exciting thing for them, I guess. I don't know. That are in the shape of Haman's hat. And when they hear his name being told in the story, they boo and rattle and make big noises. And it's fun for kids and also adults, I'm sure. We have done the first 2 steps, which is cream together butter and sugar and add an egg. Are we recording?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Oh, hello. So to this rather gummy, creamy mixture, we're going to add some vanilla extract, are you recording? Plus the zest of an orange. And in addition, add about the juice from half a lemon. Just gonna kind of mix things up. Why not, you know? 2021, no rules, blah, blah, blah. So come here, and what you can do in the meantime, while you talk about your Hamantaschen preferences, is squeeze this half a lemon entirely into that. To recap, we have 1 egg, 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 zest of 1 orange, and the juice of half a lemon.
When you squeeze a lemon,
Oh,
do something that's baking, you want to use a sifter or some sort of strainer so you catch the seeds. See, helpful tip. That way you don't get any seeds and just the juice, and you don't get that pulp either. So, just also squeeze the lemon into the pot and not on yourself.
what is it like to think that you're charming all the time?
Not charming, I was just trying to provide helpful hints, like a cooking show.
Nobody thinks this is a cooking show.
Want to hear about the Hamantaschen I used to have?
Yeah, tell me about your Hamantaschen. We're gonna
Hamantaschen
lightly combine this.
I would eat
Yeah.
were always the thickest, overcooked Hamantaschen that would
A
arrive
Long Island Hamantaschen.
in a plastic bag from the temple gift box
In increments of 3.
with some cookies and maybe some stale candy and maybe like a weird bag of chips and Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
And
like a
yeah,
singular
definitely
Hershey Kiss.
3. And they all were kind of burnt and like double the thickness of what a normal Hamantaschen should be.
So if I am to assume correctly, he's talking about a Long Island Hamantaschen, which is probably similar to a New Jersey Hamantaschen. Incredibly doughy, in that you could take several bites on each wall of the Hamantaschen and still not get to the filling.
And also you might lose your teeth while you bite into the Hamantaschen because it's so hard.
That's not what we're going for. As we've learned and grown and eaten more Hamantaschen every year during our adult lives, we have found that a crispier Hamantaschen is the way to go, because that way, once you get to the soft little underbelly of it, the bit of dough that sits underneath the jam, you're having all of the experiences you need. But okay, great. So right now what we have is a zesty little egg mash. We're gonna go ahead and add, I believe, a tablespoon of milk before we start adding flour and binding agents to make this actual dough rather than just lumpy liquid. Another very low-key mix. Do you see how fast this is moving? Okay, we're mixing. Okay,
So liquidy.
I understand that. That's because we put nothing that's not liquid in there yet. So, at this point in time, we are going to create a flour-based mixture to add to the super liquid that's happening in here. It's just trust that it's not gonna look cute until the very last minute. We call this managing expectations. I'm big on that. It looks like regurgitation of orange juice is what it looks like. And that's fine. 2 cups of flour. We're putting 1.5, I spoke too soon, teaspoons of baking powder into this mixture. And because I am who I am, a good pinch of salt. Great, okay. Now what we're going to do, we were supposed to have sifted that all together. I personally don't believe in sifting. I'm gonna go ahead and combine all of this. And then what we're gonna do is add it slowly to the mixture that already exists until we have actual dough. So what we're gonna do, put this in here in intervals. I have no science behind the intervals or why we do it the way we do. I think it's so that you can prevent the overmixing of flour so that it doesn't end up stodgier than it needs to be. Okay. truly love to see it. Ooh, look at all that orange zest in there. Ooh, I'm so excited. Cookies for lunch, yeah? This is dough, you guys. I just washed my hands, it's fine.
What does it taste like?
Oh, lemon and sugar. We're gonna take this out, let it rest. To continue being precise and helpful, I will keep up with my really pristine narration and tell you that we are going to get this dough into as much of a natural ball as we can, put it in some plastic wrap, and let it rest for a few minutes. Hold on, there's more. Did I say how many cookies this is gonna give us?
30.
I said 30, but normally when I give a number, it ends up being a lot less than that. I'm gonna say it's gonna give us 20 cookies. How's that? So I'm gonna kind of gather this up. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Can you clean this up for me? So 10 minutes has passed since the last time we spoke. We have a dense and luxurious ball of dough here. This is the fun part. I just feel like if I say it, maybe I can will it. So I'm gonna flour a surface, lightly flour. We don't need to go too hard. There are 2 cups of flour in that dough already, and it is gonna be a bit sticky. I'm gonna have to touch it with my hands. Spread it out. I will do my level best to not, it's not gonna happen. Okay, okay. All right, so dough onto flour, rolling pin, good memories. Did you even know rolling pins could do that? Just gonna roll this, oh dear. Well, I should have floured the rolling pin. That was what some might call an amateur move. But okay, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that.
that looks good.
We're gonna roll this.
That's gonna make a lot.
Probably because I'm so good at rolling, it's just like the strength I have. In all seriousness, this dough has to be thin, but not so thin that when you give it 3 sides, it's gonna break. So I wanna be cognizant of that while rolling. This is fine. We're gonna say to like a 1/4 inch thick. Again, I don't want anything too thin. Ah! This half of the dough is just moody. I'm gonna stick with you. You're my favorite anyway. Once a video, I use something terribly wrong, and I suspect this time people will tell me it's a rolling pin. This looks great to me. I'm just gonna push this flour over. It needs to be done. I can't look at it anymore. So we've got a marginally flattened dough here, which we can kind of reconstitute as we cut shapes. The shapes, to be specific, will be circles. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna roll our delicate little circles and place them onto the baking tray and just leave them there for a minute. Oh, this one is so great. Look at this perfect circle, man. They are not going to spread, so you don't need to worry about crowding on a pan or baking sheet, I mean. Oh my God, you moody little Okay, great. Love you, mean it. What we take from this, kids, is that when I say you shouldn't worry about how heavily you're flouring a surface, you shouldn't listen to me. This was mostly successful. We're just gonna re-roll, re-flour, try again. But okay, we're gonna go with 3 hulking tablespoons this time. Great, great, amazing, not disgusting at all. Thank you so much. Let's not clean it. I think everyone will enjoy that. I don't care.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good, I wanted to show you, I'm about to, oh, hi, Waff.
Well, look at that.
All right, so looks good so far?
Yeah, that looks good so far.
So I have raspberry jam. I just wanted to check my quantities before I go ahead and do it. Okay, so I have a teaspoon
Let's see.
Filled with raspberry jelly.
I feel like that's more than enough. Let me
Okay.
see. Yep.
Just gonna dump it gently
In the middle.
in the middle.
That looks perfect. Okay. So now it's time to create the corners. Once you get all that jam in there, and move quickly.
Move quickly. Okay, got it.
Unfolding. That's
Okay, so you're saying once I fold them, immediate egg wash, immediate into the oven.
Yes. Is your egg wash already prepped?
No, Michael's making an egg wash right now.
Okay. Good.
We're such a good team, as the internet well knows. I felt good about these rather than the rest of the things we've shot so far. I felt more at ease making them so far.
Well, you've made them before. I don't know if you remember.
I have?
And I wish I could.
Oh, I love that.
That's my favorite. I think I told you.
You did. I wish you could eat them with us too. We're going.
Ron's just driving.
Hi, Dad. Hi, sweetheart. Dad, everyone thinks you're a spy.
He is a spy.
He is a spy, confirmed.
Sexy.
Did you say sexy? Please,
Yeah.
please don't. I don't have the bandwidth for that right now.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, great. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead, tie them all up, egg wash, get them in the oven, and eat probably like 6.
Good. Sounds good to me. Get some cold milk with it.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Timing is important here. The other thing we have to do, this is a Hamantaschen pro tip. I do remember Liz doing this. I can see it in my mind's eye. Have a little thing of water and just wet the rim of the Hamantaschen so that they press together easier. Can I kiss you? You're gonna freak out.
No.
No?
No.
No, you're not gonna freak out, or no?
No, you can't.
Ew, look at this cloudy New York City.
That's New York City water. That's good. That's vitamins.
Look
and
at that
minerals.
fluoride.
That's what gives it the taste.
Wow, we should ask for New York City to sponsor us. Okay. Yee. Okay. Go, 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 go.
Look at that. That
Oh
looks so
my
good.
God, that's
Oh
a
my God.
Hamantaschen. Look at it, look at it, look at
That
it.
looks perfect.
It looks like a sorting hat. Okay, I have no time.
Nobody panic. Keep going.
I don't have any time to talk
Race
to
against
you.
the clock here. 40 seconds.
I have no time
I'll
to
tell
talk
exactly
to
how
you.
long it takes to finish. Go.
Okay. Oh, that one's a bit doughier. Okay, but that's okay. She's still beautiful in her own right. All right, shh. I do feel a little manic, but just because Liz said like time is of the essence, don't f around while you're doing this. There's no like precision to the way I'm kind of like dressing these with water. If they're a little jammy at the top, I'm kind of leaving them alone there. Ooh, that one's sexy. Okay. All right. We're going. We're kind of like erasing some of the floury bits that remain from that overflowering incident earlier. Oh, look at this tiny baby. Unhunch. Look what I've done. They look amazing. Oh my God. Okay. Quick egg wash along the sides of every single one. I'm being gentle with them because they do feel very like sick Victorian child thinness. In the oven, 15 to 30 minutes, but we're gonna check on them after 15. Bye. It's been 17 minutes, by the way. Oh. Okay, well, I think they're gonna taste great. And who cares what they look like anyway? You know when someone up something on a cooking show and then they present it to the judges and they call it rustic? That's what we're gonna call this. But actually they are quite beautiful and very clearly homemade, which is what we were going for. Just slanted jelly houses that frankly smell delicious. a little bit of burnt orange, a lot of butter, even some caramel almost, which makes sense because a lot of these did bleed out and create some caramelization, jelly-wise, on the bottom of the pan. Let's have a bite, one of each. Oh, this one's nice. They're still so hot. You are meant to dip them in milk. Oh, that's so good. Surprise. That is equal parts doughy, equal parts crumble, equal parts crunch, and God, if you don't get a bite of jelly every single time you get in there. I love the citrus. I love to eat them warm. I don't normally get that opportunity. And as usual, I'm gonna have enough for a week. Hold please, for apricot. That's even better actually. Apricot and orange is nice. We wavered a bit there in the middle, but as usual, we came through. This has been Slightly Kosher, Hamantaschen edition. As always, it's been a blast, which is to say that has been real.